Hey there, Saints fans. Welcome to Talkin Saints, where today we're talking Saints. I'm Trip.
And I'm Alex.
And we appreciate all the views we got on last week's video and the hype video we made. We got a lot of positive support from that, from friends, family, and just people viewing the channel.
Saints fans. A lot of people like the Saints.
It's been a lot of fun editing and putting everything together. So we really enjoyed doing that. And we appreciate all your all the support that we've gotten. Without further ado, we're going to start today's episode off with a question of the day. And Alex, I think you got that for us.
Yeah, I got the question. So my question is, in the Breeze era, who is on your Saints Mount Rushmore?
So the four best
Saints. The four best Saints.
In the Breeze era. Does that include Drew Brees?
Yeah, it includes Drew Brees.
Okay, so it's the best three players then.
Yeah, and, the whole organization, really.
Like, you could even add, like, Sean?
You could even add Sean Payton.
I don't think I'm going to add Sean.
Really?
A little bad taste in my mouth. I thought about this because we actually talked about it ahead of time. I actually thought about this. So, the big ones are obviously Drew Brees. I mean, it's
yeah.
I mean, he cemented himself. He's top Rushmore of, just the entire organization, like, as a whole throughout, time.
And this is from, 2006 to now, so since the Breeze came.
So the Mount Rushmore of Saints players in the Breeze era, so since 2006, I think you got to get Breeze, obviously, as we just discussed.
Yeah. So 3 more.
I got Marquez Colston.
Marcus Colston, okay.
I got...
you putting 2 receivers on there, or you...
I'm not putting Michael Thomas on there. I'm not putting Michael Thomas on there.
Okay.
I'm putting Marcus Colston. I'm putting Cam Jordan.
Okay, you better.
And then that fourth player, you could put
so many people.
I think he's just so.
He wants to put Darren Sharper on there.
That's not true.
Yes, he does. He told me earlier.
Demario Davis. That's my boy.
Demario Davis. That's hard to leave him off.
He's the great. He changed our linebacker.
I mean, obviously you got to put Drew on there, Cam on there. Those are locks.
So here's my argument, right? Before 2017, because did DeMario come in 2016 or 2017?
2018.
Was it 2018?
2017, because we had AJ Klein,
Monte that's right.
Teo,
and Anzalone. That was Anzalone's year.
And Craig Robertson.
So he came in 2018. And once he did, our linebackers,
he was a missing piece.
He really was. And we should have won a Super Bowl that year in 2018.
Oh, my God, dude. What
happened that year? I don't remember.
Was that 2018? Oh, man.
I think we won the Super Bowl that year. No, COVID.
Oh, yeah. It got canceled.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, that's right. I remember
they thought COVID was that year.
I went.
There was no.
I think I went fishing during that Super Bowl. Actually,
there was nothing happened there in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I mean, you go look at.
There was an asterisk or something.
Yeah, there was an asterisk.
Super Bowl.
Who knows?
But I think for my Saints Mount Rushmore, we got Drew.
Yeah.
Right. We got Cam.
Of course.
Those 2 are locks, and I think Sean was so instrumental in bringing Drew, and I gotta put Sean on there as well.
Let me just say, let's do players. I want to see your players.
Okay.
Because Sean is, I mean, he created Mount Rushmore. You see what I mean? He's the one that, he's up there.
Yeah. DeMario is, man, he's the best linebacker we've had for sure. It's so I got to do another offensive player for sure. So there's Cam, Drew, and in my opinion, our touchdown leader, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I found it hard to take Kamara off.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, it's so hard to pick from Kamara, Thomas, Colston. Even Ingram, dude, is our all-time leading rusher, dude. Ingram is huge for the Saints. Played for us for a long time. I wouldn't put him up there.
But
he was so underrated. He was never he was always part of a committee too. I mean, running with Pierre, running with Chris Ivory, Kyrie Robinson.
He'd be
Darren
considered.
Sproles,
But I think if you're gonna put a running back up there, it'd be AK.
Yeah, no, I'm not discounting that. But for that last position, I'm stuck between DeMario, Marcus Colston, and Mike Thomas. I mean, I think for longevity and what they mean to the franchise, I got to put DeMario there.
Yeah, I think so.
Colston, he played his whole career as Saint too, but the peak of all of them was Mike. So that's a hard one. I think I'm gonna go with DeMario too, just because what he meant to the locker room.
And I think he's taken over the role of Drew as the leader right now. So I don't think our team would be. I mean, our team's not great right now, right?
Yeah.
These last couple of years, but I think it'd be even worse without.
Oh yeah.
Locker room wise, without the leadership of
cooked
DeMario.
Without DeMario.
So to wrap it up, so that you had Drew, DeMario, you said AK, and who's your last person?
Drew, DeMario, AK, and you just threw me off guard.
I'll go over my list while you think.
I'm a little stupid.
I got Drew. I got Marcus Colston. Did you have Colston?
No, I didn't.
Did you have Michael Thomas? I don't think you had a fourth person, did you?
I picked somebody.
I had Drew. I had Marcus Colston.
Oh, I had
Cam Jordan.
Duh.
Jordan. Okay. How do we?
He has one lackluster year, and you just completely forget about the dude. Cam Jordan, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I got your signed jersey right here.
It's
I love
right
you, dog.
there.
Like,
And we got PJ Williams right there.
And I'm ready for that bounce back season, dude. A lot of people are counting you out. So
I
stack
think
them levels up, baby.
I actually think I think it's going to depend on how Chase Young plays, obviously. But I think with Cam, Granderson, Tano,
Brian Brzee is gonna cook.
I'm talking about edge rushers
I know,
specifically right now. And then you add Chase Young in there. Chase Young, if he plays well between those guys, I think our edge rushing
You're forgetting about
really good.
Turner.
Come on, Peyton Turner had a great play before he got injured. I like every Saints player. I really do. I'm not gonna,
I do too.
I'm gonna root for every Saints player until they're off the team.
Until they leave us for the Falcons, like
Onyemata and Ellis.
We got a photo with Caden Ellis, and we were just through the roof. We
signed
loved Caden
football.
Ellis. We met him, dude. He's just the coolest Jesus loving guy,
He's an awesome guy.
Signed our ball with the Bible verse on it.
He's dead to us. He's a Falcon.
Right?
You hate to see it. When anyway, there was a comment on the first video. Someone was talking about Michael Penix. They really liked Penix, and then he became a Saints fan or a Falcons player, and then he was like, now he has to hate him. That's just how. As soon as they donned the red, was the red and black. What's their like prime? Is it? I don't know. I think red and black's their like technical
them
primary.
Stinky birds, them dirty birds.
But as soon as they don that red and black, they become enemies of the state.
Did you see their draft picture on Instagram of them?
No. Is it like the ones where it's like drawn out or?
They posted a picture, and I guess it was fan made or something, but they posted on their Instagram, and it said Michael Penis.
No, really?
No, it did. It was.
I don't
went
believe
around,
it. That's good.
It went all over TikTok, dude. It was huge.
I don't believe it. That's pretty funny though.
It cracked me up. It really got me. It was hilarious.
All right. Well, moving on, we'll go on to our informational segment. We're going to talk about the last 5 picks we had in the. I think it was 5. Last 5 picks we had in the draft.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll kind of go over that.
Day 1 and 2 was pretty good with.
I think so. And when we covered those guys, even going back and watching some of the stuff that's come out since our first episode, I'm super excited for those guys.
Dude, I'm falling in love with Fuaga, dude.
Fuaga's going to be so good, dude. Fuaga's going to be so good. So good.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to be going on with our first pick of the day 3, and that's Spencer Rattler. I think that was kind of a surprise. I know.
It's funny. We mentioned him in the first podcast. Kind of.
Yeah, you said rattle these nuts.
And my nuts have been rattled, quite frankly.
But yeah, so Spencer Rattler, 2 years ago, they talked about he was projected to be the first pick in the draft, and now he's wearing black and gold.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are high on him, me including. I think having a guy that's had that potential, and there's other reasons he'd fallen that far, but who knows why some guys fall in the draft. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he fell because of character issues, and I just don't believe that.
Snatching chains, baby.
I believe it now.
No, I am definitely cautiously optimistic about Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I mean,
I am. So there's reasons I think other than just a reality show in high school that he didn't go in the first round. I mean, to be honest, he wasn't the best college quarterback. He was good.
Let's see
And
here.
showed a lot of potential.
He completed 275 of his 389 passes
He's
for
accurate.
3,186
And I
yards.
saw it was that medium to deep range where he'd killing it compared to other college
He's also a
quarterbacks.
mobile quarterback too. So, I like him. I think he's got good ethic, work ethic.
Yeah.
And I know he has had the right mindset. I mean, he's kind of a Drew Brees guy when it comes to his height. He's 6'0", he's a small guy.
What I've seen, and it also makes me think that this is a Clint Kubiak, pick. Because I've seen the tape. I've seen some tape on him, and he kind of reminds me of Brock Purdy in a way that he is mobile and able to throw off scheduled improv, kind of off the back foot.
He's the improv quarterback.
He's the improv. So I'm not trying to say he's gonna, as good as Brock Purdy. He's, it'd probably take a while for him to even develop into anything like that. But I think just off of raw film and talent, that would be my comp.
I really like the
NFL.
pick. I don't think you could go wrong with a guy who has that kind of potential.
Yeah.
But but we got him at 150, and like I said, they had projected him even being a day 2 guy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's
so-
a great value. It was a good pick. It really was.
So next we got a freaking awesome name, Bub Means.
Oh yeah.
Bub Means. I mean, if we were drafting just based off of names,
Yeah.
I mean, we got Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Where is he? Is he from Pittsburgh?
He's from Pittsburgh.
I saw physical stature.
Yeah.
He compares pretty well to Mike Thomas. I'm not saying like he's gonna go out. And catch
Yeah, I mean, nobody's Mike
149
Thomas.
balls, but the size, I think they're both maybe 6'2" or 161, 6'2". They weigh about the same.
I think
Bub Means is a little faster.
there's, and we'll try to find it, and I'll try to put it up right here. There's a comparison
between the two. I've seen it too.
I think they're pretty similar. And I like the pick. I watched some of the tape on him.
Yeah,
Really,
I saw a nice slant route from him when that was pretty zesty.
he broke out in 2023, where he had 41 receptions for 721
He
yards.
broke out after Kenny Pickett left. Figures.
Yeah. So, but he had a pretty decent season, and I went and watched some of his stuff, and I was pretty impressed with him. I don't think he makes the top 3. I think obviously Shaheed and Olave and A.T. Perry, but
this is really bad for one of our favorite players on the Saints, Stanley Morgan.
I forgot.
This may be it for Stanley Morgan. For real, we got Olave, Shaheed, Perry, and Cedric. Those 4 guys are making the
I think
team.
you add Bub Means to that.
I think Bub Memes
Means
is there. Bub Memes.
Bub.
Hey,
Bub. Hey, Bub.
Bubba.
I think those guys are locks. I
think so. You spent
the
draft pick on
the
them.
only
What's up, brother?
if I added an extra person to that, it'd be that kick returner,
Jermaine Johnson,
Yep.
the undrafted guy.
the UDFA, and we'll talk about some of the
We are
UDFAs next
definitely-
week.
It looks like we're trying to get Rashid out of there. He's an all-pro.
Actually.
At it. But, I mean, Kool-Aid and Jermaine Johnson, it looks like we're going to be trying guys out for kick return.
I'm gonna try to. I'll try to put up the formation, but I think they're gonna use 2 kick returners. So the way the formation works is they're gonna be the blockers, and then you're gonna have a kick returner on each side. And I think that's how the new formation works.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with
Well,
it.
I'll try to
with
post
it yet.
a kind of a picture up.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I think they're gonna use I don't think they're gonna take Shaheed out per se. I think they're gonna add another guy to this with Shaheed. I was listening to someone talk about it earlier. It's probably Nick Underhill or Mike Triplett was saying something about it. So, anyways, we'll see how that turns out. But Bub Means, I think, will make the team. Just he's a physical guy, and we're developing him, and we use a draft pick on him.
Oh yeah.
So next in the 5th round, our last pick in the 5th round was Jalen Ford. We got him at 175.
Pretty interesting pick. Looks like we may be preparing for life after Pete Warner or Willie Gay, because odds are we're only going to keep one of those guys.
And you also got to bet on Father Time catch up to DeMario at some point. I hope it's not anytime soon.
Yeah, I hope not.
Me too. I hope, or me neither. But I'll say Jalen Ford, he's a coverage guy. He's a good
got
cover.
a knack for the football, dude.
He
I saw
makes
some
some
tape, and
turnovers.
he's always got the ball in his hands.
I think he had, let's say he had 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 4 interceptions in 2022. And last year he had 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 interceptions. The dude is
he
our...
forces some fumbles, dude. Pair that guy with Von Bell.
Yeah,
That's
I was
going to
gonna
be
say
real nasty.
he might be our next Von Bell.
Yeah.
That's where I was heading with that. He might be our next
even
Von
though he's
Bell.
a linebacker. Just saying, turnover-wise, fumble recoveries.
I think he actually might be my sleeper pick for the draft too. I think he's going to be a guy that on special teams and even certain packages could see the field.
He seems to be fast. I don't know what his 40 time is, but
We got 2 more guys to cover, and the second to last one is Christian Boyd, big old boy out of northern Iowa, 6'2", 320 pounds.
I saw a video of him that went viral. Him, I think he was bench pressing.
Oh yeah,
That dude, he's a
it's
strong
like
guy.
38. It was like 38.
It was impressive. I'm not too familiar with his game, won't lie, but he's a strong dude.
Strong dude.
You put him in the middle of the field,
He's gonna be
a run stopper.
He's gonna be a
Hopefully
run
makes
stopper.
the
Yeah.
team.
I think our defensive tackles are, other than Brian Brzee,
It's weak.
it's weak. You know, I like the guys.
I love Saunders.
You know,
I love him to death.
he's a good fullback, right?
Dude, imagine him in Kyle Juszczyk's role, dude.
Catching like passes downfield.
That'd be scary. I wouldn't be able.
mean,
No, you can't hip drop tackle anymore either. Dude, Taysom Hill's about to be a menace.
Yeah, they're not gonna
Out of the
slam
fullback.
his head into the ground anymore. But so, I mean, he was pretty productive, but it's also he came from the same school as Trevor Penning, so hopefully we have some more success out of that school this time.
Well, that's why he got drafted in the 5th. He looked real good in practice against Trevor Penning.
Excuse me. So I'm excited about it. I think we needed defensive tackle help. I actually wanted a defensive tackle maybe in the 2nd, but I love Kool-Aid.
Oh.
Kool-Aid is going to be
Jaquincy.
fantastic. What was that?
Jaquincy's his name, right?
All right, and then the last pick of the 7th round, or just our last pick overall, was Josiah Ezerium. I think it's Ezerium. That's the best I can pronounce. But the offensive tackle out of Eastern Kentucky. And I'll say this, those small schools, sometimes the talent isn't as, or the competition isn't as tough. But he didn't allow a single sack last year.
Which is impressive.
And I think, so he actually was if I'm not mistaken, he was a defensive lineman that turned offensive tackle. I don't know if, per se, that he'd actually be on the team. I think we have a weak, like,
Tackle.
like tackle room or just
Outside of
yeah.
Fuaga. Which,
He's 6'6", so I say he's too tall to be like a guard.
100%.
So if he's gonna be anything, he's
So
gonna be a tackle, and I think
he's a 6'6" raw guy
he's Trevor Penning in
and
the
a
7th.
tackle.
Yeah,
So it's a good thing we didn't take him in the first.
but I think
That's who Sean Payton would have took in the first.
I think there's a room for him to make the team. I think he's
so,
kind of a stash and store kind of guy, practice squad
Yeah.
guy. Kind of like how Landon Young's been. And Landon Young's kind of made that role. I think he could.
Landon Young, he's been good for us.
I know, but he was a practice squad guy, and then
he wasn't anything
they
special
developed
first.
him. So I think he's a guy they're going to want to develop. And we'll see. You never know what the staff has in store for these guys. I mean, we took Alante and we turned him into a slot.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. Now that we have just a little off thought with Lattimore and Adebo and Alante and Kool-Aid.
Jaquincy.
Sure. Do those guys all make the team, or do you think? I mean, there's been talk that obviously Lattimore, but there's also would they give up Paulson? I would rather give up. I don't know. I think I'd probably rather give up Lattimore just because Paulson has the youth on his side. He was really good last year.
He was great.
When I was putting together the hype video, There was just so many awesome clips I could have put. The whole thing could have been Paulson Adebo highlights. He was awesome
Well,
last
I
year.
have to make one of those videos.
The Paulson Adebo the Saints did it.
Right.
It's just 2023 highlights. They beat me to the punch. They didn't have any cool music though. We had some cool music. We really hope y'all liked that video. That one was. Alex had come to me asking, if that was even possible. And I was like, oh, I'll see. And then I called him up and I'm like, Alex, meet me at Chick-fil-A right now. And we watched it at Chick-fil-A. So
It was epic.
not sponsored by Chick-fil-A yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll get there.
Well, Chick-fil-A would be like an Atlanta thing. So we don't want their money.
I mean, they've already stolen the name of our Superdome. I think we can steal their.
We'll steal their
fast food
chicken.
restaurant. I mean, they're already not open on Sunday. The
There you go.
Falcons.
Yeah. So the Falcons aren't open on Sunday.
Chick-fil-A's not open on Sunday either.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, anyways. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Like I said, we really enjoyed doing this. It's been really fun. I mean, most of it is on the first take. We just love talking Saints, and hence the name. But we have some other stuff in store that we kind of wanted to go over real quick. During the game season, or during the
during the regular season.
During the regular season, we're gonna go to some of these games. We're gonna interview fans and have it as like YouTube Shorts or Instagram or whatever you're watching on. We're gonna interview fans and we're gonna do some other stuff there. We're gonna travel to some games, away games,
Green Bay? I am.
have some footage there. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of stuff in store, and we really appreciate all the support again. And when we get to those points, keep an eye out for it. We're
If you're liking and commenting, and subscribed, you're definitely more likely to be on one of these interviews.
Yeah, and if you really like it, and some Saints fans who you think would like it, share it with them.
Share it. That's the only way we can grow.
Yep. Well, anyways, Alex, I appreciate your topic of the day. I really enjoyed that one.
Oh yeah.
Or the question of the day, and we appreciate you for sticking around this long if you have. And this has been Talkin' Saints. We hope you've enjoyed it.
Alrighty.